Hey guys, my name is Howell, and I am the director of Noah's ministry. In today's video, I just want to share a little testimony about why. Why did we start this ministry? And it's a ministry for special needs people and or their families. And what's got us to this point? I'm going to tell you a little bit about my family. I've been married for almost 17 years to my wife Candace. And we have two boys. We have Noah, who's 14, and we have Titus, who is 13. Noah is autistic. And I remember when Noah was about 3 years old, I was pastoring a church, and I've already prepared my message earlier that morning on a Wednesday, and I was going to teach that night. And I got a phone call saying, Mr. Howell, just to let you know, Noah's test results come back and he is autistic. And I have to be honest with you, at that time, I'm not real sure I could pronounce the word autistic. And I certainly didn't know that word was going to change my life. So I remember getting off the phone that day and driving. I don't remember where I went. I parked somewhere, and me and God had the most honest conversation I ever had in my life with God. I was angry. I was scared. I told him it was unfair. It's unfair to my other son. It's unfair to my wife. It's unfair to my son Noah. It's unfair to me. And I just remember as I was venting and fear and all the different emotions, God just kind of whispered into my spirit, don't worry about 10 years from now. Don't worry about 6 months from now. Do you have enough faith in my character to trust me with Noah today? And I just, in my own spirit, said, yeah, I've got enough faith in your character to trust you with Noah. And he said, trust me with Noah today, and tomorrow we can revisit that question again. And I cannot tell you how many times that I can say, yeah, I have enough faith to trust you today. And God has pulled me out of many emotional holes that I've put myself in because of this. So this is our world that my family has been called and equipped to live in, the family of special needs. We understand the daily life of the finances. We understand the daily lives of just the schedule, the energy level, the stress, how it affects the other sibling, how it affects marriage, and so on and so forth. If you're like us, we feel like we're drowning all the time. I've talked to many people with special needs parents, and I said, some days are good days just to survive. And then that is kind of the heart behind why we started this ministry, Noah's ministry. And then again, like I'm saying, I was pastoring a church, and we began to learn because we had to train the church. How do you deal with Noah? How do you deal with a family like ours that walk up on a Sunday morning, we didn't know they were coming, and yet they're ready to have church, and they're called to have church, and we have to be ready for them. We can't wait till they show up and then try to figure out. We have to be ready, trusted in faith when they come through those doors that we're ready for them. And so we train churches. We had to train our church how to deal with that. And we started looking around and said, who is ministering to just the practical functionality of day in, day out of their life, their homes, and meeting those needs. And then ultimately, who's mentoring these young families? And who's telling them about Jesus? I'll tell you this, I love Jesus, and I was saved when I found out about my son. But it really would have helped me if somebody further along would have came alongside and said, Tab, you know what, you're going to find a lot of different people for your son. But Jesus will always be on the throne, and God makes no mistakes for your son. But that would really encourage me, that to pull me out of some holes that I was in. So that's the heart behind. We want to help people, we want to help families, we want to help churches to understand you're called to pursue these families. You're called to be John 3:16 to them. And are you prepared when they walk through your door on a Sunday morning?